Hello, everyone. Father Norm, good to be here with you. I'm putting together this reflection during this week when schools, Catholic schools, public schools, universities, are all just about beginning again. And I know when that happens, we ask, and we know so many of you pray for the students. Pray that the students who come to whatever school they go to will gain wisdom there, will know that they're cared about there, will be inspired there to want to go through a life and lifelong learning and be their best selves. When we speak about teaching, often it's written in our culture that we don't maybe appreciate teachers nearly enough. You know, that a lot of other cultures even, and not that money is the only measure of something, but a lot of other teachers in various countries are given salaries comparable to a doctor, to an engineer, to someone like that. We don't do that. Again, teaching and education, the amount of money people are getting is much better than it used to be. And obviously people don't go into teaching just for how much money they make. That's important. But we certainly need to value the teachers ourselves, whether it's by money or just whatever teachers that we know or teachers that we've had or teachers for our kids, that they're important. They matter. Pray for the students and pray for the teachers. They have a very important ministry. And that's what I speak of it as. A lot of people say, oh, Father, you have a ministry, you're a priest. Well, so many of us have a variety of ministries, and teaching is one of the most important. Touching lives, encouraging young people, not only in teaching them a subject, but teaching them that they're cared about and showing their potential and helping them to see these kids, they matter to us. Here's a thought you might want to think about now, or even once this video is over. Who has been a teacher when you look back in your life? Could go back years ago, that made a significant difference, not only because they taught a subject, that was part of it, because some people offer such wisdom, and because they care about you. And that caring is so important, because maybe one of the greatest wisdoms is to know that presents were meant to be for each other, and how whatever our situation in life, however young or however old, we can help each other become wiser. We can inspire each other to be better. We can focus on that which is good. And of course, those of you who come out of the Christian tradition, we speak of Jesus as the master teacher. And as the master teacher, he walked with his disciples. He wasn't just teaching them subjects, he was telling them stories. He was showing them, the best teachers show by their example what it means to value wisdom, what it means to care about one's life and to want to do for others. In mentioning that, again, I want to mention a couple people quickly that I think about, and maybe this will help you to think more about people that may be long gone forgotten. So the first one was in the fourth grade, and I think, I was about 9 or 10 years old. I'm 78 now, so this is 68 years ago, but I still remember this teacher. In fourth grade, way back in the 1950s, I was the first kid in my class to get glasses, to have to wear glasses, and they were a little bit on the thicker side because of my because of the stigma that I had in my eye. And I remember some of the kids in my class would start calling me Four Eyes and make fun of me and make jokes about it. And I remember I would outwardly laugh, but inwardly I felt bad, I felt put down, I felt what's wrong with me, I wear glasses, other kids don't, and my teacher then in the fourth grade must have noticed that. And she had wisdom and she cared. One of the things about great teachers is they have a presence to their students, and the students experience being noticed by the teacher, being cared about and responded to with whatever's going on with the student, not only in the subject matter, but in their life. So I remember she said, well, why are you upset? I said, well, I have to wear glasses. Nobody else wears glasses. This is what she said to me. She said, Norman, she said, I notice you are an excellent reader, probably one of the best readers in the class. I'm sure that you have those glasses so you can continue to be a great reader. Don't look at those glasses as something, I have to wear them, but look at them as, wow, my reading with these glasses, I can see and I can see better. Over the years, I wore contacts, lately a couple of years ago, LASIK surgery, but I remember back to that. That fourth grade teacher, by what she said, moved me from being put down, made fun by my classmates, to thinking, yeah, I wear glasses because I like to read and this helps me read. One more quick example. When I was in 11th grade, I wrecked my car that I had right in front of North High School. I had come out of school, it was my own fault, and wasn't paying attention. Nothing serious, but the car got wrecked and I didn't have it any longer. And all my friends called me Crash. Well, now I was a junior in high school. I was a little better, but it still bothered me a little bit. And then I had to go to court because of my own fault and everything. And I remember our health teacher knew I was upset and talked to me. He'd heard the story and really listened to me. He was almost like a counselor. Hey, this must be difficult. You're embarrassed. These things happen. You're a good kid. You're doing great in school. You'll get through this. It's not so bad. But again, paying attention to me, noticing that I was struggling and building me up, encouraging me. Another great teacher. He taught a great subject with health too. And he also, I think, taught sometimes math. But the final point I would make here, every one of us are called to see ourselves as teachers, especially teaching the young and giving them a deeper sense of who they are, their self-worth, and what the potential they have to do, beginning with parents in the home. Thank you for all the teachers we've ever had. Think about them. Maybe remember, pray for a teacher. And thank you to every one of you who teach in so many ways more than you know. God bless you.